Phisano didn't even dare to look behind. Instead, he urged his steed to continue on their path with great haste. All things considered, he arrived at Viola in good time. But once there, his blood ran cold. For the same shadow from Scarlaland stood by the opal gates that stood at the city's entrance. It seemed to be observing him. Tired of being pursued and hungry for answers, Phisano alighted and sprinted towards the figure. He stumbled on the uneven sand beneath him. An ill-placed rock tripped him, and as he fell, his hat flew from his head into a deep pit of sinking sand. It was gone. The figure, like a rainbow, moved further and further away as he approached, and he could not catch up to it. An odd blindness came over him in his pursuit. Suddenly, he had no recognition of where he was, and no sense of his stalker either. He simply was. His legs moved by themselves. An enormous sense of calm came over him. He didn't notice the shade veer off to his left, the many tentacles to his right, or indeed, the purple-tinted light beaming into his eyes directly from one of the tall towers nearby. 3.5 suns passed on the celestial journey before he regained his consciousness. He sat alone amongst the sand. No shadow, creature, or whisper made itself apparent. He was totally alone. He took in his bearings. To his left, at a great distance, he could see the granite fist, a recognizable landmark to any Vitritect. To his right, he saw nothing but sand meeting the horizon in a lazy parley. Yet, he knew this was the way. For as recognizable as the granite fist is to any of his kind, so too was it feared, as here was where their country ended, and what was beyond was unknown to them. But, if stories were to be believed, giants, sea monsters, and massive lizards one might face. This is why my goal is so important, Phisano thought to himself. The fist will not prevent invasion forever. The granite fist stood to the west of the desert lands, and to the far east lay Tealia. Judging by his distance from the fist, Phisano reckoned it was the closest settlement to his current location. Phisano began the drudgery of the path on foot to Tealia, which, by his reckoning, was some 40 miles from where he now was. Thankfully, Vitritects had the build for this type of task, though they preferred to ride. He placed his powerful arms in the floor and made good pace on all fours through the hot sand. So focused on making it to Tealia before the thirst and hunger hit him, Phisano didn't even notice the flip-flap slowly tailing him and matching his pace. After a toilsome journey, Phisano made it to Tealia, its green-blue buildings jutting from the otherwise barren sand. It was night now, and Phisano could feel the hot blaze of the desert give way to a cold jitter slowly creeping on his bones. Phisano approached the gate, tried it, and found it locked. The sound came again, and this time he noticed it. It slowly approached him. And then, as if from the sand itself, a cephalopeic shape apparated into being. 8 long, multicolored tentacles sprung from segmented pieces of its long, rotund body. Sharp, evil mandibles lashed from its face, and beady eyes locked on Phisano from within sallow, lidded sockets. It approached him. It should not have been able to move, but it did. Water secreted from its appendages as it crawled unnaturally towards the gate. This was the origin of the sounds he heard, as the tentacles slapped the puddlers they themselves had created. It was almost upon him. Snapping out of his shock, Phisano turned with rapid volition and rapped the door. His fist shook the gate with its power, but it held firm. He turned and saw that the creature was now almost within grasping reach of his left leg. He pressed himself against the gate and battered it in absolute panic.
Oi, you there! What's all that racket for?
That thing is going to kill me! Can't you see it? It's almost on me! Let me in!
Can't say I see anything other than a crazed stranger banging on my gate. Be gone and do not return lest the full might of Tealia fall upon you.
The guard shouted, before turning away and returning to his watch. Phisano looked up, confused. Then he turned, checking how much time he had before his slippery end. But the creature was gone. Nothing was to be seen in any direction away from the gate. The sands were silent.